Good evening. I have not done a live video in a while, and it takes a second to remember how to do it. Well, it's Sunday, and I am going to do a oracle card reading. I wanted to do one a week ago, and I just couldn't get to it. So tonight is the night. Let's see if I can turn this just right there. There, that looks good. Hi, I'm Lisa Lovestone. I am a Reiki level 3 Reiki master, and I also do oracle card readings. I do sound bowls for healing and meditation. I don't know if you can hear that. I just gave myself a sound bath previous to doing this because I wanted to give myself a sound bath, and I was just bringing in the beings of the highest and purest light. So yeah, that's what I was doing, blessing my space. I'm Lisa Lovestone, Reiki master, intuitive healer, intuitive. I don't do the healing, you do the healing, but I intuitively know what your body needs and help you get to that place. Sound bath, dowsing rods, I can find water, I can get pretty good yes and no answers. If you've been following me, you know I did have a hiccup with that regarding my little sister. Anyway, today, okay, so it's Sunday, so this is going to be a reading for the week at hand. I think today is May the 17th, I'm pretty sure. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. Hi there, everybody. I didn't realize all these people had popped up. I apologize. Welcome. So I'm doing an intuitive Reiki infused oracle card reading, and I felt a real strong pull to do it a week ago, and I just couldn't get the time to do it. Hi, little chubby bubby Seal. Hi, Go Harry. Hi, welcome. So tonight's reading, this is for the collective. So anybody watching, myself, anybody who sees this later on down the road, yes, it's for this week. If you watch it tonight or any day of this week, then yes, it is to help give you guidance and encouragement. And if you have a thought like, gosh, which way should I go? Maybe this will bring some clarification. Jimmy, thank you. I appreciate that. So this was the card that was calling to me. And when I was grabbing my cards for tonight, when I picked up this box, I just felt the surge saying, yes, this is the deck. So there's something in this deck that the higher beings, Jimmy, that's sweet. So are you. That the higher beings want us to know. So whatever that is, I loved the last reading I did with my laws of positivism. I loved that reading for the month of May. I'm drinking hot tea with no caffeine. It's not decaf, it's just naturally not with no caffeine. Cheers if you're drinking tea too, or whatever, right? So let's get started. The space is blessed. The space is blessed. I did a sound bath. Everything is cleared. I've got good energy, and I'm excited about this reading. It's been pushing me to get her done. So, well, already, I don't know how many cards I'm going to be, yeah, I don't know how many cards, but it's really saying a lot of energy in this deck right now. I don't think I've ever had this much energy in a deck while holding it. This is amazing. It's interesting that I was talking about Native American energy today, and this is the very deck that I have. So, okay. Usually I get 3, sometimes I get 4. I think once I got 5 cards. Let's see. I don't know if I can. No. I didn't know if I could reach the TV from here. Sorry about that. I'm not at home, so I don't have my little speaker box. Oh, I lost a bunch of people already. That makes me sad. Hopefully they'll come back for the reading. Okay, I've got 4 cards. So let's do this. Okay. Our first card. Pull a card for George. Hey, living the adventures. This is not for a personal reading. If you want a personal reading, you need to ask for that, the one-on-one. And then there's a small fee to pay for that, the one-on-one. This is for the collective. This is for anybody who is brought here. So anyway, here is the prayer feathers. So if you want to just take a look at that. I see some glare and I apologize for that. Beautiful card. It just feels really peaceful to me, you know. Okay, so then the next card is Spirit Keeper of the West. Spirit Keeper of the West. That's very interesting because I'm from the West. I'm actually from the West and the East. And you might say, how's that possible? Well, I spent a good part of my life in Arizona and Wyoming, and another good part of my life in Maine and New Hampshire. And now, sadly, I'm in Georgia. Hopefully not for much longer. I'll be back in the West again. And then we've got Thunder Drum. I'm also a Reiki drummer. I love my drum. My Reiki master teacher infused my drum with Reiki, and it's bonded to me, I guess would be the word. Bonded, maybe. Attuned to me. So we synchronize really well. Flowing river. Ooh, I love these cards. Yeah, flowing river. I don't know what that is. Something was on my screen. All right, so let's get started with this. I like to read the book because there's information in the book that I don't get, and it's very educational. So I'm going to do this intuitively and read the book because I like to do both. I love that deep dive. So we've got the prayer feather. I'm going to just take it, look at it, and see what goes on here in my eye, in my mind, in my spirit. So it's a tree on the edge of a cliff. And this might be a juniper tree, possibly. And I would guess this is Arizona. And we're on the edge looking over the, well, they don't call it the plains in Arizona. I think they might call it the mesa. It's been so long since I've been in Arizona, I don't remember the language. Anyway, so this is our first card. We've got the feathers. Now the feathers are tied to a tree. I'm guessing this is a juniper tree. And those are prayers or maybe wishes of the heart, prayers of the heart. And you make a prayer or a request, or you can even give gratitude, and you tie a feather to a tree branch. You could also call it a wishing tree. Different people call it different things, but it's basically you tie a feather or you can tie a ribbon on a tree. You can make a heartfelt prayer like for me, I'm a military mom. So my heartfelt prayer was many, many years ago when my son first was in the Army, and then almost daily from there, I would pray for his safety. I would pray that he would always be okay. I would pray that he would never accidentally get shot. Or, sometimes there's accidents in the military. I just always prayed for his safety. And he was in the military for 11 and a half years, and now he's out. And so he was safe the whole time. But you could pray for safety for your children, safety for any loved one, for a really nagging thing to come to pass, a heavy burden. Can it please come to pass? Of course, it's not going to come to pass until you've done the work that this issue has brought into your life. You got to do that inner work, and then it will go away. So, I think right now this is a card offering some hope. I'm feeling like this card or our spirit guides are saying, have hope. Hang on to that hope. Don't give up hope. Keep that prayer active. Give it energy for a better day tomorrow. You go to the gas pump here in the United States and it sucks because the gas prices are going up. You go to the grocery store and it sucks because the price of groceries are going up. And but I'm not giving up hope that this too shall pass. And so I have been saying and saying for months. Keep a positive attitude. And while we're going through this situation in our country, don't give in to hate, because hate poisons your soul, it poisons your body, it poisons your mind and your thought process. Don't hate, don't give in to hate. Okay? Keep a distance from anything that is upsetting you. Like if the news is upsetting you, don't watch it, right? Keep a distance. If there's somebody who's kind of been in and out of your life and they just upset you, don't make time for them. Just keep peace in your life, right? And this is peaceful and prayerful and hopeful. Okay? And if you'll notice, I mean, depending on the direction, this could be a sunrise for a new day, or it could be a sunset for the ending of the day. I think it's a sunset. Something's coming to an end. Something that as a collective we've been hoping for. The sun is setting on it. Have faith. Keep your heart prayerful. Okay? Let's see what the book says to add to what I've just said already. And then this is prayer feather. P. Okay. The meaning of this card, according to the maker of the card, love is flowing to you and through you. No matter what an individual is saying or doing, love that person anyway. Gather your inner forces, silently and secretly love deeply and fully with every ounce of your being, even if someone isn't fulfilling your expectations. It's easy to love people when they're acting wonderfully. The true challenge is to love them when they're not so wonderful. We all know that, right? Your native spirit wants you to know. So that would be any native spirit, because we're all one family. So all the ancestors belong to all of us, whether the ancestor here in life was black or brown or white, it doesn't matter. When you cross over to the other side, you don't have a body, so you don't have a skin color, you don't have a race. We're all just one family having a human experience in different kinds of bodies and different kinds of lives. So the spirits, let's just say the spirits want you to know, feathers in the Native American cultures often represent a connection with the Creator. Birds often symbolize messengers between the two-leggeds, which are the humans, and the spirit. This is your time to love and be loved. The love that you send out into the world comes back to you 100-fold. I'll take that, right? There are times when the small concerns of everyday life need to drop away and be replaced by the majesty of your being. We are all something very special, or someone very special and very important, and we all have a very important role to play in this world. There are times when the small concerns of everyday life need to drop away and be replaced by the majesty of your being, and this is that time. Prayer feathers are decorated feathers that can be used for many purposes. In some tradition, prayers are placed into the feather. You can hold it to your heart or between your hands as you focus on your prayer, and then tie it onto the bush or the tree so that when the wind blows, it carries the prayers to the Creator. Another kind of prayer feather is a decorated feather or a decorated bundle of feathers that are used for smudging the sacred smoke ceremonies. The smoke is to cleanse the space as well as carry your prayers upwards. And did you know, I've said this before, but did you know that when you burn sage, it kills the bacteria in the air that's floating around in the air? It's not just spiritually purifying the space, it's literally killing bacteria in the air. So it literally is cleansing. God dang, I love my tea. Okay. So the journey for a day, love each person you encounter. So that would be the unconditional, if you believe there is a Christ, right? So the agape Christ love, or just the universal unconditional love. So for each day this week, set your mind in the morning before you leave the home that you are just going to walk with unconditional love for each person you encounter. Ooh, right? Ooh. Imagine a golden ray of light from the center of your heart, right? Golden ray coming from your heart center, radiating to the center of the heart of that individual. So, like those feathers carry your prayers up to the Creator, right? You're going to take that unconditional love, let it shine, and you're going to focus that beam of light into the center of that other person's heart, like Care Bear stare. Okay? Yep. So this is what we're going to be doing this week. Notice how great you will feel at the end of the day. So you can come back and comment tomorrow and let me know. Let everybody know. We could have a discussion about it. Somebody wrote something. No, still the same words. Okay. All right. Spirit of the West. Spirit keeper of the West. Okay, I'm going to guess. I'm feeling that it doesn't matter if this is a sunrise or a sunset. What matters is that the light is bringing light to every spot. It's radiating everywhere, kind of like how it should be coming from your heart center, touching everything, right? Spirit keepers of the West. And in a sense, we are all in the West if we're in the United States, because this is the West according to Europe, right? So, Western civilization. And if you're not in the United States, that doesn't matter. If you keep going, you're in the West too. It's like it's it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So let me think here. Yeah, it's just a continuation of letting that light shine from within. So just remember to be a light shiner this week. Doesn't matter if you're a Jew or a Christian or if you're Buddhist or to, you know, it doesn't matter. Or if you're like me and you just don't claim any religion whatsoever. I know that the Buddhism isn't actually a religion. It's just a way of life. I understand that. But it doesn't matter because we are all one family and we need to love one another. And it's really important that we do that right now because all the people like myself who are light workers and are bringing the vibration of the earth up to a higher frequency on a daily basis, right? We all need to work together on that. Okay, it's a collective effort. Just shine your light, man. Let's see what the book has to say about a spirit keeper of the West. New beginnings. So it's a sunrise, but it doesn't matter. New beginnings just happen. A fresh cycle is occurring in your life. Wipe the slate clean. It's now time to release the old and start again. No matter what has happened in the past, it doesn't need to repeat in the future. The native spirits want you to know in native traditions, the directions are honored. It's believed that every direction has an associated spirit that can be called upon. And many years ago, I was an Orthodox Christian. And I believe it was on Easter, we would do the directions. And we would try to get somebody from even if they didn't go to our church, we would try to get somebody from our town, our Wyoming town, to, I'm really sorry, this is YouTube and it has commercials, who could speak different languages. So there was a Greek guy in our church because Greeks are Orthodox, but this wasn't a Greek Orthodox church, it was just Orthodox. And then there was somebody from Romania that would get in the other corner. And then somebody who spoke Spanish. And then one that spoke English. And they would get in the four corners of the sanctuary and they would each read a passage and send that message from the four corners. And so here we go. It's Native American as well, from all the corners of the world. It's believed that every direction has an associated spirit that can be called upon. Spirit of the West, spirit of the North, spirit of the East, spirit of the South. Okay? In the great cycle of life, the East is the place of the rising sun. We all know that. It's also associated with planting seeds in springtime. So call upon the spirit of the East when you're planting your seeds to help them grow. So it's associated with planting seeds, associated with birth, the waxing moon, and new beginnings. Pulling this card means that this is the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routines, situations, or relationships when they no longer empower you, your native spirit asks that you do not cling to the old, but set sail in new waters. Okay? That's very interesting because I'm over here by the Atlantic Ocean and I want to get back over there near the Pacific. Not quite the Pacific Northwest, but kind of middle of the Pacific area, California. Okay, so although it's often difficult to release familiar routines, situations, or relationships when they no longer empower us or no longer serve us, right? Your native spirits ask that you do not cling to the old and allow yourself to stretch into a new direction. Wonderful opportunities will be born into your life. I like that. Stand and be still. And a good place to stand is outside barefoot in the grass. That is the best place to stand to do anything spiritual. Breathe and center yourself. So you would breathe through your nose, hold for like the count of 3 or count of 4, and slowly exhale through your mouth. Do that 3 to 4 times. If you're in the grass, you're going to get so centered. Okay? If you can't be in the grass, wherever you are, if you can go stand in the bathtub and put some water in there, that's very good as well. Then slowly turn in a circle. So if you're in the bathtub, don't slip and fall down. Close your eyes and feel the energy coming from each direction. So I think for this situation, we need to be outside if possible. Even if not in the grass, just be grounded somehow. Get yourself centered. Close your eyes and feel the energy that comes from each of the directions. There is a difference in the feeling in each direction. Stand facing the east as the sun rises to sense the unique energy of that direction. And I can tell you, I chase sunrises and sunsets. I love the energy. It is an absolute high. Last night, my friend and I went to a bridge that crosses over the Savannah River, and we walked out to the middle of the bridge. If you don't know, which a lot of people don't know, the Savannah River separates Georgia from South Carolina. So the two states never touch. There is the Savannah River right in between both states, the whole way through Georgia and the whole way through South Carolina. So the two states never touch. You have to cross a bridge to get from Georgia to South Carolina, or vice versa. I always go outside to see the sunset or the sunrise. Now, when it's cloudy, then of course, I'm not seeing much, but I can still feel the energy. But when that sun touches you, oh my gosh, it's such a high. It's so elevating. I can literally feel my frequency just bursting, like, it's wonderful, and people should really do that because it is so good for your mental health. your emotional health, spiritual. Do it if you can. Okay, so either of those directions. And if you face the south in the middle of the day, that's where the sun is, straight south, right? And then if you face, let's see, the sun never faces the north. So you would face the north, and the sun would be at your back or your side, but you would still feel that energy. Okay. Thunder drum. I love a drum. Let me see what I'm picking up on this. Okay, now this is interesting. There's lightning in the sky, but the sky is blue with some clouds. I don't know if this is sunset or sunrise. The drum almost looks like she's holding up an orange, a slice of orange. That's cute. She's out in, I don't know, tall grasses. Do you know that I assisted during a drought in Reno, Nevada? I assisted with drumming because there was a drought so bad that the river was running dry. The Truckee River is literally dry. And we drummed and we prayed and we sang and we did rain dances. And that spring we had so much rain that literally the river was flooding Reno, Nevada. Yeah. Yep. Have faith. So the lightning, again, that's just the conduit. That's, the light across the sky, the light from east to west, north to south, from the ground to the sky. The light needs to go be everywhere. Okay. And that's a charge of energy, that lightning. Thunder drum, stand up and be counted. Be assertive. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare with authority, this is who I am. And this is what I stand for. Yeah. Yeah. Unblock that throat chakra, right? Speak your words, speak your truth. Be authentically who you are. Make a stand for others less fortunate. Take risks. Walk in rhythm to the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step aside, but to stand firm. And our card that we just had also said, right, to stand firm. The native spirits want us to know throughout the world, indigenous people have called spirit through drumming, and I love doing it. Drumming was used to activate one's fighting spirit before battle, as well as for joyous celebrations and sacred ceremonies. It was also used for healing rituals. In every case, the drumbeat was used to open spiritual realms. A thunder drum calls the thunder beings from the sky, and they arrive with passion and incredible vitality. Drawing this card means that it is the time to step into your passion. What is your passion? Rescuing cats, rescuing dogs, rescuing humans, getting a group of people gathered together and picking up litter from your neighborhood. What is your passion? Planting trees, things that bring good into the world. Okay. So drawing this card means that it is time to step into your passion, make a stand in life for what truly matters to you. The journey. A powerful way to activate your life force is to drum on your chest lightly with closed fist. It's especially powerful if you do a 2-beat. Similar to the sound of a beating heart, which is the most primordial sound for humans. This rhythm is grounding and activates your strength. Really? That feels good. Okay. So, flowing river. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Out with the old, in with the new. Let everything new in your life be cleansed, pure, good, harmonious, bringing joy into your life. You be that light bearer and hang out with people who are also light bearers so you can encourage each other in their strength in numbers. I wouldn't mind swimming in that water. It looks so inviting. The birds of the air. Flowing river. EFG. So let's see what the book says. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. You're going with the flow. Good. It's time to let go. Quit hanging on to one of those rocks and just flow with the river. You're entering a period of gracious ease and flow. Oh my gosh, doesn't that sound wonderful? It's been a difficult couple of years for me. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing. When you're in a state of flow, first yawn. I'm impressed. It's after 10 and that's my first yawn. When you're in a state of flow, you aren't pushing the river to go faster and you aren't swimming against the flow. Let go of the shore and enjoy the ride. The native spirits want you to know rivers have personalities and they carry energy. Yes. Rivers, streams, lakes, the ocean, they all carry energy. Water has energy, air has energy, dirt has energy. Just as animals and plants do, So does the river. From the Morris to the Australian Aborigines and to other native cultures throughout the world, it's believed that it's important to listen to the language of the river. And I used to listen to this piece of music. It was called The Babbling Brook. I should see if I can find it tonight on Spotify. The Babbling Brook. It's believed that it is important to listen to the language of the river. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents in life, it might mean that you're trying to control situations, holding on too tightly, trying to make yourself go in the opposite direction of the flow, or that you're being self-critical, or you're being self-judgmental or just judgmental. The way to move into flow is through gratitude and appreciation, and by allowing others to support you and help you in this journey. So in the morning, most of the time, I'm not going to say every single day, but in the morning, yesterday and today, I certainly did. I go out in my bare feet and I stand in the grass as the sun comes up, and I greet the new day and I tell the day, thank you. Thank you that I am here. Thank you, sun, for shining. Thank you, trees, for giving me shade and oxygen. Thank you, green grass, for being so soft and pleasant to stand on with bare feet and also providing oxygen. And thank you, little flowers, for being so beautiful and giving me such a sweet aroma. And thank you, my little Subaru Outback, for every day I push the button to start the car and it starts and it gets me from point A to point B. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my son, that I had him and he's in my life and he's a good person, and I love him so much and I'm so grateful and thankful for him. So I go through all these gratitudes and my energy rises, my vibration, my frequency rises in that state of gratitude and being, touching nature at the same time. So, so if you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're trying to control the situations, or you're being self-critical or judgmental. So to keep in the flow, you can do that through gratitude and appreciation by allowing others to be supportive of you. If they're not supportive, they don't belong in your life. Heed the Native American saying, it's best to ride the horse the direction that it's going. Get on the horse. If it's going that way, let's just go that way, right? Rather than fight with it and try to turn it around. The horse wants to go that way. If you walk dogs, you get it. The dog wants to go over there and you want to go that way. It's a tug of war. Let's see. This means that when the card Flowing River chooses you, so it chose us as the collective today, You are being told, so we are being told to let go and go with the flow. If there's something or someone you need to forgive, this is the time. Yeah, I have a forgiving I need to do with somebody that is exiting my life in the next week or so. Thank God, thank God, thank God. But yeah, I have to go through a forgiveness process. There's a lot to forgive there. This is the time because you can't carry that shit around with you and it'll bring you down. This is also the time to forgive yourself and just let go. We all have shortcomings, daily, weekly, whatever. We all have shortcomings. Forgive yourself for being human. We learn, hopefully, from our mistakes. We can't learn from our mistakes if we don't make mistakes. So let's learn from them and move on. Okay? So this is your journey. As you shower and the water flows over your body, imagine that everything is flowing into your life. So as the shower head is on, the shower is right here touching you, right? Imagine that everything is flowing in your life, flowing, flowing, flowing. Spend time next to a river or stream and watch flowing waters. Use it as a metaphor to let go and enter the flow. And sometimes, because I live right next to the Savannah River, I can literally walk to it from where I live. And well, it's a 20-minute walk, right? So I love to just watch the river. Now, the Savannah River doesn't flow very fast. It's a slow and lazy river, but there is a place at the river where there's there's a dam, and then there's like a place where it's like this, and then it drops, and then it goes like that. And the water kind of speeds up right there. And I like to go there, and I like to watch the water flowing. And I like to just let myself just be kind of like intuitive and just going with that flow and see what arises for me, what thoughts, what feelings, what intuition arises for me. Yeah, the water can really speak to us and help us get through things. Just like sometimes just hugging a tree, can really help us get through our day or our week, right? So I hope you, cheers, enjoyed this reading. And just remember daily to be grateful. Gratitude is very, very strong. It's very powerful and it's very life changing in a very positive way. So give gratitude every day. In the morning, be grateful for your life and for all the wonderful things in your life. And then at the end of the day, give thanks for all the wonderful things that happened in that day. Give thanks for that near miss of that accident because somebody was texting and driving and almost hit you. Give thanks that they didn't hit you. Give thanks that you made it from point A to point B and you're still alive. Give thanks that we have, this. Most of us have this wonderful air that we can breathe. We have grass we can put our bare feet in. Give thanks that you have food and you got to eat your supper. Um, yeah, I'm always grateful for water because I have a massive amount of hair and it takes a lot of water to wash my hair and take the shower. So if it's one of those days, I wash my hair, take the shower, and shave my legs. I use a lot of water, and I'm so grateful for the water. So if it was so droughty that I couldn't wash my hair at least once a week, I guess I would either just keep it in braids or I would chop it off. Because long hair that's dirty is gross, very uncomfortable. Anyway, I'm not feeling like I should be pulling another card to put the frosting on the cupcake tonight. So I think this reading all alone was good enough. If you want your life to change, speak words of kindness, do actions of kindness, do your breathing, and get centered, get grounded, and just be kind. Just be a good human. Your life will take on some very wonderful things. Remember, like Bashar says, live in your highest excitement, live in your highest joy. What excites you? What brings you joy? Literally, I don't know if anything brings me more joy than a sunrise or a sunset or just spending time with my wonderful son. I love him so much, and I love to spend time with my friends. I love to be around animals. I rescue kitty cats and I take care of a colony of cats, and I love my cats so much. That brings me joy. I get dirty and I get stinky doing it, but it's okay. I can take a shower. So, blessings to you, blessings, blessings. And I hope this reading helps you. Drop a comment in the next couple of days and let me know if you've done these things that these cards have said to do. What has come from that? If not this week, then next week. You know, is there some delayed blessings going on? I don't know. Okay, good night. This is Lisa Lovestone, out.